There was a lot I was prepared for when I became a parent, such as food struggles, nap battles, all of that. But there was one thing I was not prepared for, and that is convincing my toddler to do something that is his idea. Let me explain. If you have a 3-year-old, you probably already know where I'm going with this. So let's say, for instance, my son says, I need to go to the bathroom. Well, along the way to the bathroom in our own house, he's going to collect at least 5 toys. He's going to look out the window and talk about the squirrel he sees. He's going to notice the letter B on a coffee cup in our house and have to talk about how he recognizes that's the letter B. He's going to start having a conversation about something we did yesterday. We're going to finally make it into the bathroom, and he's going to walk up the stool to wash his hands because he completely forgot where he was going and what he was going to do in the first place because he's just been talking and stalling so much. And this whole time I'm like, the bathroom, the bathroom, the bathroom, trying to remind him where we're going because it's taken us 7 minutes to get from the room we were in to the bathroom. And this goes for anything. If you're trying to leave the house because they want to go to the park, it's going to take you forever. And then you throw a second kid in the mix and you're trying to navigate that schedule. You're like, all right, we need to get there before we need to change diaper again, before we need to feed. And it is just, my eye is literally twitching by the time we get in the car to go where we need to be. I was fully not prepared for that in parenthood. So the other day I came across this hack, if you want to call it that, and I'm not sure why it has taken me so long to discover this, but I had to share it with you guys. So it was the night before a busy day. I knew that the morning was going to be chaos trying to get 2 kids ready to get out of the house. We had appointments. I was taking my son to the trampoline park. We were not going to be home in time for lunch. So I just went ahead and had his lunch made, packed everything, had it ready in the fridge for me to just grab and go. One less thing I have to worry about, right? Well, he woke up the next morning and he was snotty and he was coughing, and I'm like, okay, cancel everything. We're not going to go out and get other kids sick. We're not like that. So we ended up not leaving the house. So then when lunchtime rolled around, his food was ready for me to just grab out of the fridge and hand to him. It wasn't an argument over what he was having because it was already made. It wasn't the kitchen's gonna get dirty again even though I just cleaned it from breakfast. It was literally, here's your lunch. And so I had this realization, why am I not either making his lunch the night before every day pretty much, even though we stay home all the time, or making his lunch while I'm cooking breakfast because the kitchen's already dirty anyway, so why make it dirty a second time and have to clean it again when I can just do it all together, 2 meals in one. So literally just pack their lunch as if you were going somewhere and not going to be home for lunch, and then when lunchtime rolls around, you just serve it to them. You don't have to worry about stressing over what's for lunch. You don't have to dirty the kitchen again. I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. Hey buddy, sit down so we can get your shoes on and go. Wait. No, I have to get my socks on first. You're right. My bad for not specifying. Sit down so we can get your socks and shoes on. Your fries good, buddy? These aren't fries. These are sweet potato fries. Are your sweet potato fries good? Yes. So I don't get it. Hey, buddy, please stop throwing Bluey across the house. No, Mommy, this isn't Bluey. This is Bandit. This is Bandit, Mommy. This isn't Bluey, Mommy. This is Bandit. What? Oh, my bad. It's Bandit. Got it. It's Bandit. All right, pal, let's get your jacket on. That's not a jacket. That's a sweatshirt. All right, pal, let's get your sweatshirt on. Hey, buddy, there's a car coming. Move over this way. No, Mommy, that's not a car. That's a truck. Okay, a truck. Move over this way before it hits you, please. Hey, Mommy. Yeah, buddy. The dogs are eating fucking grass again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did say that yesterday. You can just say they're eating the grass. Never mind the stop sign. Yeah, asshole. Yeah, asshole. Okay, super ears. Mommy meant bad driver. He's a bad driver. Oh, shit. You okay? Yeah. Chili fell out of the car. What? I'm just impressed he used it in the right context. Are you f***ing me? Okay, now you're just using that word for fun. Please do not say that. Hey, Mommy, I just said the bad word. Okay, buddy. I said fuck. No, please don't say the word. No, I didn't say fuck. I was telling you that I said fuck. Here's some parent hacks I've acquired over the last few years. You guys ever gonna open these and you do the little like cringe and try and get your body away because you know they're gonna pop juice at you? Well, let me show you how you stop that from happening. Literally just hold them like this so that there's an air bubble where you're gonna open it. And then when you pull it, juice isn't going to pop at you because all of the juice is drained down that way. Just like that, it's open. And you can really use this method for any sort of liquidy cup. So if you're opening like a ranch sauce cup or something, just turn it sideways so that all the liquid drains down and gives you that air bubble to pull it open. If you have something you've washed and it's still stained, that could be anything from a cloth diaper to a high chair tray, put it out in the sun after it's washed. The sun acts as a natural bleaching agent and breaks down the chemicals in the stain, and before you know it, your item will be back to white. If you're trying to do shoe shopping without your kiddos or without making them try on 10 different pairs of shoes, get a straw, measure their foot, and cut it at the length of their foot. Then you can take the straw with you when you're shopping and slide it into shoes to see if there's any wiggle room at all or if it's too tight. Now, if they have a wider, taller foot, this obviously doesn't help with that, but it does help with the length of the shoe. Sometimes as a mom, you don't need therapy. You just need a change of zip code. For that, we headed out to Island Oaks RV Resort. But it's not just for RVs. They have so many cabin options, including some with your own personal dog area or playground. And every cabin has a different theme, so each visit feels new. We started by grabbing a golf cart for quick access to the pool. Looking for more fun? They have plenty of options, including a water obstacle course. And when your belly starts grumbling, stop by the on-site cafe or pop into the general store for snacks. If you run out of clean underwear, no need to worry. They have multiple laundromats on site. I might still be the snack lady, but at least my son never gets bored while here. We can't wait to go visit again soon. So it's great to finally see you again.
I know, it's been too long.
It really has.
I've been wanting to meet this one.
I know, the new edition.
So cute. How's that been?
It's been great. It's been a roller coaster.
I know, I remember those days. Were you guys trying or happy accident?
Me and my wife, were we trying?
Yeah.
No, we were, yeah, you
Daddy,
could say
what's
that.
that? When'd Danny go? Oh, I don't know if they have Danny go here.
Well, do you guys watch Danny Go?
We watched Danny go.
Okay, then yeah, absolutely.
Maybe ask Miss Brittany nicely if she'll put on Danny Go. Miss Brittany, can I watch Danny Go?
Definitely, I will sure put on Danny Go for you.
Only if that's okay. If that's okay.
That's totally fine. Morning, afternoon, evening, sometimes it's good.
My TV's on 20 hours a day.
Oh. Wow, look at you go.
Yeah.
So much energy.
Yeah. Maybe they'll take a nap.
Yeah, we stopped doing that a long time ago.
Yeah, same. We saw him live.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you have so much fun hanging out with your friend? No. Okay.
So did you have fun with your new friend? Huh? Who? Okay.
If you are in the thick of temper tantrum central with your toddlers and just at a loss at how to handle them, here are 2 things you can do to reduce them significantly. First is try and reduce the amount of transitions you have. So what I mean by that is think about when you wake up in the morning. As an adult, you're like, all right, I get up, I brush my teeth, I eat my breakfast, I get dressed, whatever. You have a list of everything you need to do and you just get it done. Whereas your child just wakes up and goes about their day doing whatever. Routine definitely helps, but constantly taking them from one thing to another leads to more temper tantrums because they may be playing and you're like, okay, now we gotta go get dressed. Okay, stop getting dressed. Now we gotta go do this. So it helps if you can combine them. So while you're changing their diaper, give them a toothbrush to brush their teeth. While they're eating breakfast, do their hair. The more things you can combine together, the better it will be for them. And 2, and probably the most important, is let them feel in control. Now, I don't mean when they're having a meltdown, like let them have their way if you don't want to give into something. But like if you're outside and you want to go inside, instead of being like, hey, we're going inside, be like, hey, do you want to help me close the garage? Give them something fun to do and let them think that they're in control of it. It works 99% of the time. Mommy, help! Help! Come on, dude, I'm just trying to pee. What's wrong? I dropped my cookie. Are you serious right now? Okay, he's good. Hey, buddy, go wash your hands. Lunch is ready. Hey, clapping. What's taking your brother so long? Hey, buddy. Look, Mommy, I cleaned the whole bathroom with soap for you. If you have kids who use a sound machine and they're not sleeping well, there's some things you should consider. First off is what type of sound are you using? I know I personally don't care for the white noise. We used it for a long time and every time we turned it on, I felt like I was being screamed at with the constant just static noise. Consider switching it to a brown noise, which is more of a rhythmic like waves or thunder rolling in. It has different frequencies that change and it's a lot more soothing. Also, take into consideration how loud it is. I know people that keep it at 50 to 75%, and it is so loud in the kids' room because they're trying to drown everything else in the world out, and that is too loud. Get a little decibel app checker. It's supposed to be less than 50 decibels in terms of how loud it is in their room. We kept ours at about 20 to 25% across the room. And also keep in mind that some kids just don't like the noise. My son, who's almost 3, asked me the other day if I could turn his sound machine off or turn it down, and it's already at a very low hum. He just didn't want the noise. So consider changing it to brown noise, turning the volume down, or just completely turning it off and see if they sleep better. So if you're anything like me and you hate bugs, especially in your house, like just burn it to the ground, don't even want to get close to them. My spouse did something this morning that made me go, why have I not been doing this my entire adult life? We had a cockroach on our ceiling this morning, which my least favorite bug of all. And rather than throwing something at it and making them fly away, because if you're from the South, you know cockroaches down here fly. It's not a fun time. She did something else, and here's what she did. She stood on the counter with a vacuum and sucked it up, and then took it outside and let it go. And if that's not good enough for you, you can get the Mac Daddy vacuum, and this part pops off right here, and just use this long stick. That way, you don't even have to get within like 3 to 4 feet of the bug. The important thing to remember though is leave the vacuum running while you're taking it outside so it doesn't scurry out of the end and end up, holy, that's not our cat. Just scared them. Woo! I'm sweating, my face is red. Here I am talking about bugs and something just pops up in my window and just, woo! Anyway, leave the vacuum running while you walk outside so it doesn't end up back in your house. Every car ride used to be a scream fest for both of my babies until I made this one simple switch. We moved them from their infant car seats to rotating or convertible car seats, whatever you prefer, and they were happy as can be. I don't know the science behind it. Maybe they're just a little more roomy, but it was night and day difference between how my kids acted in the car seats. Now, if you want to know my personal favorite rotating car seat, we have tried the Even Flow, and this time around we got the Chico. I personally really like the Chico because you can buy just another base for it and move it to a different car rather than having to buy a whole new car seat. You can't do that with the other rotating car seats. You have to buy a whole different car seat to put it in a different car. Or you have to move the whole thing, base it all from one car to another, which it was just really frustrating to have to do every time we needed to switch cars. And if you're like, blah, I don't trust rotating car seats, they flew out in car accidents and stuff, that's because if your child is not in them and you leave them facing the door while you're driving, that is the position they need to be in to be removed, basically. So if you get into a car accident, yes, they're gonna fly out. So even when I'm driving alone, I try to remember to turn the car seat backwards as if my child were in it. So if I get into a car accident, there's not an ejected car seat and people are looking for a missing child. So give this switch a try and see if it makes car rides more enjoyable for you. If you're having trouble with your baby being constipated, I have a recipe for you that's guaranteed to get them pooping right away. And it's only 2 ingredients. First, get a large pot with about 2 cups of water and bring it to a boil. Get yourself 4 washed pears and slice them up. Just like that. Once your water's boiling, throw your steamer on top. Steam these pears for 10 minutes with a lid on top. After 10 minutes, add half a cup of pitted prunes and let that steam for another 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, make sure your pears are fork tender. We're gonna let these cool down and add them to a blender. Do not blend until these are cool. And then you can put it in a reusable pouch or a little container. I'm gonna refrigerate one of these and freeze the rest. And then whenever I'm ready to use it, I just pull it out of the freezer, let it thaw, and serve it to my baby. I know it doesn't look the best, but I promise you it's delicious. That breaks down to less than $1 per serving for something homemade. If I could give one piece of advice to new first-time expecting parents, and even go back and tell myself this is what it would be. If you are a type A, organized, scheduled person, even if you're not really, you're going to want to do everything right. So you're going to probably do all the research on, when they need to go down for naps and try and pinpoint a routine for them and get everything just right. And I'm here to tell you, in the first few months, like the first 4 months, you will drive yourself crazy if you try to get on a routine like that. Some babies may fall into it great, but I've found most of them do not. So if something's telling you your baby should be awake for an hour at this age, that may not always be the case. You're better off listening to your baby's cues and kind of just going with the flow. If they are hungry, feed them. If they are rubbing their eyes and yawning and they're tired and it's only been 40 minutes, put them to sleep. You will spend a lot less time stressing about it if you just go with the flow and follow their lead. Also, when you are trying to put them down for a nap, many babies can't really go from like active playtime to immediately asleep. It's the equivalent to you going from a sporting event or a concert and then somebody being like, all right, go to sleep now. So make sure you give them some time to wind down if they need to be, in a quiet, dim lit room or whatever, but don't just take them from being active to expecting them to immediately go to sleep. Some babies may be able to fall asleep anywhere, but not all of them. And I spent many days in a dark room trying to get my firstborn to sleep all day long. So really just try not to look at the clock and more than anything, follow their lead.